She hesitated at the door, overnight bag slung over her shoulder, keys dangling in her hand. "My parents are worried you'll feel out of place at the anniversary party," she said, eyes fixed on the floor. "They think you're not really their kind of people." I nodded once. "Got it." That was all I said. No argument, no pleading. Just got it. She waited for more, but when nothing came, she gave a small, relieved smile, kissed my cheek, and left for her parents' lake house 2 hours north. I stood in the quiet condo we'd shared for 3 years, listening to her car pull away. Then I started packing. People never realize they've been the temporary fix until the original problem decides it's ready for another round. For 3 years, I believed I was the next chapter for Lauren. I thought I was the guy who arrived after the wreckage, who cleared the debris, patched the leaks, and turned a condemned property into something livable again. Turns out I was only the renovation crew. Once the place looked shiny, she wanted the original owner back, the one who'd nearly burned it down in the first place. I met Lauren when she was 28, freshly fired from her 3rd startup job in 2 years, living off credit cards and the goodwill of friends who were quickly running out of it. Her ex, Derek, had been the center of her universe for 4 wild years. Derek was a creative, a freelance videographer who talked endlessly about the short film that was always one investor away from happening. He traveled constantly for shoots that never produced anything, racked up debt in both their names, and disappeared for weekends with women he met on location. When he finally left her for a 22-year-old sound designer he'd met in Austin, Lauren unraveled. That's when I showed up, Ethan, the senior project manager at a civil engineering firm. Reliable, on time, solvent. I was everything Derek wasn't. I had a 401k, a paid-off truck, and a 5-year plan that actually got updated every January. When we started dating, she told me I felt like coming home after a hurricane. She swore she was done with the roller coaster, finished with late-night fights and empty promises. She wanted calm waters. So I became the harbor. I helped her rebuild her resume, sat with her through mock interviews until she landed a steady marketing coordinator role at a mid-size company. When her car died, I co-signed the loan for a reliable sedan. When her credit score was too wrecked to get her own apartment, I added her to my lease. I paid the security deposit increase without complaint. I became the scaffolding holding her life upright. But calm, when you're used to storms, eventually feels like stagnation. The cracks appeared slowly. About 8 months ago, she started scrolling through old photos on her phone when she thought I wasn't looking. Pictures of her and Derek at music festivals, on rooftops in Brooklyn, laughing in grainy golden hour light. She began dropping little comments. "We never do anything spontaneous anymore. We used to stay out until sunrise. You're always checking your calendar." I'd laugh it off, remind her we'd just come back from a weekend in Napa I'd planned as a surprise. She'd nod, but the nostalgia lingered in her eyes. Then came her parents' 40th anniversary party. They'd rented the entire lakeside lodge they'd honeymooned at decades earlier. White tablecloths, string quartet, catered dinner, the works. Lauren was helping organize it, and the pressure was high. Her older brother was flying in from Seattle with his perfect surgeon wife and 2 Ivy League-bound kids. Appearances mattered. I'd bought a new navy blazer, had my shoes resoled, even booked a barber appointment. I wanted to look like the kind of man her conservative parents could brag about to their friends. 3 nights before the party, I walked into the living room in the full outfit. "How's this?" I asked, turning once. She was curled on the couch in leggings and one of my old college hoodies, phone in hand. She glanced up, expression tightening. "It's nice," she said flatly. "Very polished." Polished. The word landed like an insult. What's wrong with polished? Nothing. It's just very corporate. Very you. She went back to her screen. I let it go. She was stressed. Deadlines at work, seating charts, floral arrangements. I told myself it was temporary. The night before the party, I asked about logistics. "What time should I be ready tomorrow? I figure we leave by noon to miss traffic." She set her wine glass down carefully, like she was handling something fragile. "Actually, we need to talk about that." Here it came. She folded her hands in her lap. My parents have been asking questions. They love you, Ethan, they really do. But they're worried you'll be uncomfortable. The crowd is mostly their old friends, doctors, lawyers, country club people. They think you might feel out of your depth. Out of my depth. I waited. They remember Derek, she continued, voice soft. He knew how to work a room. He could talk to anyone. Mom says he brought energy. They're afraid you'll sit quietly in the corner and they'll have to keep checking on you. I felt the air leave my lungs slowly. So they don't want me there. No, it's not that. I don't want you to have a miserable time. I don't want you feeling judged. It's better if I go alone. You can relax here, maybe watch the game. Better for whom, exactly? I studied her face. She looked almost pleading, like she was doing me a kindness. Got it? I said again. Her shoulders sagged with relief. Thank you for being mature about this. I knew you'd understand. She kissed my forehead, finished her wine, and went to pack. I waited until her SUV disappeared down the street the next morning. Then I looked around the condo. My couch, my dining table, my framed topographical maps on the walls, the high-speed internet package in my name, the Netflix profile I'd built over years. Peaceful, yes, but suddenly it felt like a waiting room. I didn't rage. I didn't smash anything. That would have been Derek's style. Dramatic gestures, broken dishes, slammed doors. I'm an engineer. I solve problems systematically. I gave myself 4 hours. First, clothes and personal items into 2 large suitcases. Then documents, title to my truck, tax records, the external hard drive with family photos. I removed my name from the joint savings account we'd barely used and transferred my contributions back to my personal one. Next, the electronics. I unmounted the 75-inch TV I'd bought last Black Friday, disconnected the surround sound system, packed my gaming PC, monitor, mechanical keyboard. Finally, I opened the utility closet and removed the modem and router, both paid for and registered to me. The smart lights flickered off. The thermostat reverted to basic. Streaming apps logged out. The condo dropped back into analog silence. I left her furniture, her dishes, her throw pillows. But the heartbeat of the place, the connectivity, the entertainment, the comfort, was now in my truck. I set my key on the kitchen island. No note, no dramatic text, just the KEY.BY 2 p.m. I was checked into an extended stay hotel 20 minutes away, the kind with a kitchenette and reliable Wi-Fi. I ordered a burger from room service, opened a beer from the minibar, and waited. At 7:30. My phone rang. Lauren's dad. Greg. I let it ring twice, then answered. Ethan? You okay, son? I'm fine, Greg. What's going on? He sounded winded, like he'd stepped outside. Lauren said you had a migraine so bad you went to urgent care. Said you insisted she still come so she wouldn't disappoint her mom. But nobody's seen you and we're worried. Migraine, of course. I'm not at urgent care, I said evenly. I'm at a hotel. Silence. Then, a hotel? What the hell is happening? Derek there. A longer pause. He's at the head table drinking our good scotch and telling everyone he's directing a documentary about climate change. Showed up with Lauren. Said she needed moral support because you were sick. I took a slow sip of beer. Greg, yesterday Lauren told me you and Mrs. Gregg thought I'd feel out of place among your friends. She said you found me quiet, maybe a little dull compared to Derek's energy. So she uninvited me to spare my feelings. What? His voice rose. Ethan, that boy is a parasite. He still owes me $3,000 from some equipment investment 5 years ago. I was about to have him removed when Lauren started crying that she needed a friend tonight. Well, she has her friend now, I said. And she no longer has me. I moved out this afternoon. You what? Ethan, don't make a rash decision. Come up here. We'll sort this out. Nothing to sort, Greg. She looked me in the eye and told me I wasn't good enough for your party because I don't entertain like Derek does. Then she brought him anyway and told you all I was sick. I'm done being the fallback plan. I heard music and laughter in the background, then Greg muttering something to someone nearby. Listen, he said, voice low. She's making a fool of herself. He's already loud and overserved. I'm embarrassed for her. Please, just give her a chance to explain. She's had 3 years of chances, I said. Enjoy the rest of your anniversary. Tell Mrs. Gregg congratulations from me. I hung up. I turned the phone face down and finished my beer. Sunday was quiet. I ran 5 miles on the hotel treadmill, ate breakfast in the lobby, worked on a side project I'd neglected for months. No checking her socials. No responding to the barrage that would come. Monday morning, I turned the phone back on at the office. 73 missed calls. Over 100 texts. Voicemails I didn't play. The texts told the story in real time. Saturday 11:47 p.m. Where are you? This isn't funny. Sunday 1:12 a.m. The TV is gone? Seriously? Sunday 2:03 a.m. Dad is furious because of whatever you told him. Sunday 10:22 a.m. You humiliated me in front of everyone. Sunday 3:47 p.m. Derek was just here for support. I didn't plan it. Sunday 7:19 p.m. The internet isn't working. You took the router? Petty much. Monday 8:06 a.m. We need to talk. I'm sorry. I messed up. I archived the thread. She was waiting by my truck at 6:15 that evening, leaning against the tailgate in yoga pants and an oversized sweater, hair in a messy bun, eyes swollen. You blocked me, she said immediately. I did. She pushed off the truck. You can't just disappear, Ethan. 3 years together and you ghost me over one bad weekend. One bad weekend? I stopped a few feet away. You told me your parents thought I was beneath them. You uninvited me from a major family event so you could bring your ex. Then you lied about me being sick to cover it. Which part was the misunderstanding? She hugged herself. Derek texted me Thursday, said he was nearby filming B-roll and wanted to catch up. I thought if I saw him, I could finally prove to myself I was over him. It was stupid. He was awful. Got wasted. Flirted with my cousin's wife, tried to pitch Dad some NFT thing. He left with a bartender before dessert. I waited. I realized the second he opened his mouth how much I missed you, she said, voice breaking. How safe you make me feel. How easy everything is with you. Please come home. It's too quiet without you. Quiet. There it was. I took the quiet with me, I said. Along with the TV, the sound system, and the internet. We'll buy new ones. I don't care about stuff. I care about us. I looked at her, really looked. She was trembling slightly, eyes pleading. But it wasn't love I saw. It was panic at losing the stability, the buffer, the man who quietly handled everything so she could chase feelings. You told me I was dull, I said. You were right. I show up. I pay on time. I don't disappear for weekends or leave you with debt. That's dull to someone who needs fireworks to feel alive. And I'm done supplying the stage while someone else performs. I don't want fireworks, she cried. I want you. No, I said, unlocking the truck. You want the rent covered. You want the car note handled. You want your parents off your back. You want the life I built without having to maintain it yourself. She grabbed the door as I opened it. Dad won't speak to me until I fix this. He said you were the best thing that ever happened to me. Your dad's a smart man, I said. He'll get over the disappointment eventually. I climbed in. Ethan, please. Movers will get the rest of my furniture Saturday, I said. Utilities revert to your name tomorrow. Good luck with the bills. You promise to take care of me? She shouted as I started the engine. I rolled the window down an inch. I did. I got you on your feet. You're stronger now than when we met. Consider it my final project. Complete. I rolled the window up, shifted into reverse, and pulled away. In the rearview mirror, she stood alone under the garage lights. Shrinking with every second, I turned onto the main road, rolled the windows down, and let the evening air hit my face. A song I hadn't heard in years came on the radio. Something upbeat from college. It didn't feel boring. It felt like the first day of the rest of my life.